Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Fellow members of Parliament, members of the Bradford City Council, distinguished elders, brothers and sisters, comrades and friends, Assalamu alaikum. And Ramadan Mubarak to all the faithful Muslims here and across the Ummah. We're very glad that there are councillors here and even talking here. Actually, I began to wish that they had organised this themselves, because if they had, we wouldn't have had all the trouble with the emergency planning department that we have had in getting permission to organise this rally this evening. And we're very glad that the Liberal Democrat MP has lobbied the government, especially as he is the government. Lobbying yourself ought to be a very easy exercise. Lobbying your own party ought to produce results. That's why I'm hoping that after the statements this evening, the silence of Nick Clegg and David Cameron on the massacre of the Muslims in Burma will come to an end. Very glad also that Labour members are lobbying their leader. Well, I just lobbied my leader, and we're already condemning the massacre of the Muslims in Burma, and I'm looking forward to hearing Ed Miliband do the same after the statements that have been made this evening. And I'll tell you why there's been a silence from so many quarters, and I intend to go through them one by one. It's an inescapable fact. The silence is because of this. There is only one reason why the Rohingyas are being massacred in Burma, and that's because they're Muslims. No other reason. Absolutely no other reason. They're not being massacred because of the colour of their clothes or because of the food they like to eat. They're being massacred by people who want to drive all the Muslims out of Burma, and we refuse to play their game. That's why it's a mistake to condemn and blame the government of Bangladesh. Of course, it's shameful, the conduct of the government of Bangladesh. Shameful that in this Ramadan, a government that calls itself a Muslim government is turning back Muslim refugees into the sea and back to their killers. Of course, it's shameful that they are doing so. But the answer is not to bribe the government of Bangladesh to open refugee camps for the Rohingyans in Bangladesh. We demand that the Rohingyan people are allowed to stay in their homes inside Burma and are protected by the Burmese state. This is my second point.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
We don't want any more Muslim refugees being driven over other people's borders. The Rohingyans have the same right to live in Burma as any Buddhist, as any Christian, as any Hindu, as much right as Aung San Suu Kyi has to live in Burma. They are Burmese people and they must be protected inside Burma in their own homes. And that brings me to the third point. How long we campaigned for the release of Aung San Suu Kyi, how we cheered upon her house arrest release, how we cheered her as she achieved the position of Nobel laureate how we welcomed her in Parliament, rolling out the red carpet there and in Oxford University. I'm saying this to Aung San Suu Kyi. Your silence on this massacre is a mark of shame upon you, and it's time that you sit up and were counted. The fourth reason why the British government, the Liberal Democrat Conservative coalition government, is silent on this massacre is, as Salma said in the introduction to this meeting, because Burma is dripping with riches, with oil, with gems and riches that the British government and British companies hope to get a share of. And we say this, there's blood on those diamonds, there's blood on that oil. It's time for the British government to get tough with the junta in Burma, irrespective of the interest of profit. But lastly, you wouldn't expect me to miss this dark. Where is the Muslim leadership in the world? Where are the Arab governments, the richest governments in the world? Where are they? They're sending money and weapons to other countries, encouraging Muslims to kill Muslims, but they haven't lifted a finger to defend the Muslims in Burma from the massacres against them. They're meeting now, the so-called OIC. It's meeting now in so-called Saudi Arabia. What's their demand? Compassion. They asked the Bangladesh government to show compassion and mercy, allow the Burmese refugees. Compassion and mercy is not what we're looking for. We're demanding that people's rights are respected. And the criminal in this story is not the government of Bangladesh, but the military dictatorship in Burma. And the leaders of the Arab world and the Muslim world should be telling that military junta, stop the killing of the Muslims, or you'll have to deal with us. You'll have to face us. Yeah.
Allahu Akbar!
All these Muslim armies, navies, air forces, all the billions and trillions of dollars that they control, all the political influence and power that they have. They can bring the World Cup, they can bring the Grand Prix, they can do anything that they want. They're so powerful and so rich. Well, why don't you lift a finger to defend 800,000 of the poorest, most marginalized, most endangered Muslims in the entire Ummah, namely the Rohingya people of Burma. So, in conclusion, I'm very proud of this great gathering here today. So much so, I'm going to repeat it in Manchester at 4 p.m. on Wednesday. We're taking this campaign around this country, and we hope people join us. But whether they join us or they don't, we'll be raising our voices in defense of the Muslims in Burma. I'm going now to raise funds for the Palestinian people in Anam's restaurant at 7 o'clock. All of you are welcome to join me, although it'll be busy if you all do. We will never remain silent where injustice is being practiced. I'm very proud of my comrades who organized this event, and I'm especially proud of you, Bradfordians, for turning out in such massive numbers. It'll be heard, you know, all the way to Rakina. It will be heard all the way to Burma. It will be heard. It'll be on the television this evening in Dhaka, where many, many people in Bangladesh are ashamed of their government for turning these refugees away. So the last point is this. We all pay for something called the BBC, the Bush and Blair Corporation. I don't know about you, but I see plenty on the BBC every night, 5 times a night, from Syria. But I never saw one thing from Burma. And when you phone up the BBC to complain, they hang the phone up. So, well, even Rupert Murdoch, even him, criminal though he is not as bad as the Bush and Blair Corporation. The difference is we're paying for the Bush and Blair Corporation. So I want every one of you to write or phone, to send your complaints to the BBC, to demand that they cover this issue so that the vast majority of people in this country can see the truth as we have seen it. Long live the Rohingya people. Long live the Muslim people of Burma. Long live the Ummah. Ramzan Mubarak to all of you. Wassalamu alaikum.